Oh, why am I so good at this? I'm the queen of protein-based breakfast. As many of you know, I lost 170 pounds on quite a long and arduous weight loss journey. I never used to eat breakfast, but now I do. I love breakfast. It's one of my favourite meals of the day. So much so that sometimes I eat breakfast when it's not even breakfast time. And this is how I do it, using oats and a variety of flavour combinations. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you're interested in my 170 pound weight loss journey, follow me on Instagram. This bowl is more of a breakfast bowl because there's no oats, so I can't call it porridge. But what I often like to do is just combine my favourite flavour combinations in what is essentially a bowl of sludge. So we're going to start with peanut butter powder, which I love using because it is pretty much fat-free, really high in protein and reduced calories over that of peanut butter, but it still has a really great taste. So switching the scale on because I'm going to measure all the quantities as I'm putting them in. So I'm going to use 12 grams of this, which equates to 53 calories, and 6 grams of protein. Happy times. So that was a perfect teaspoon, which frankly, if I tried to do, would never happen. But well done me, that's that. And I'm going to add to that some quark. Quark is soft cheese that is also fat-free. I don't like using it all the time, but it is, again, really high in protein. So you've got 12.2 grams of protein for every 100 grams of quark. And I'm going to just put a little bit in to start with, so that I can mix up the peanut butter. So the peanut butter goes all slimy. If I don't use enough, then we're going to have a little bit of a struggle because now I've made a peanut butter ball. Whoa. So my 30 grams did not mix up the peanut butter. So let's keep going. There we go. So that's 50 grams. That will make a nice peanut sludge. And then I've got another 100 grams of quark to add in. So I'm using 150 grams of quark, which, as the mathematicians amongst us will know, is over 18 grams of protein, plus that 6 for the peanut butter. And we are cooking on the gas. Oh, 150 grams is actually quite a lot. Who knew? Right, so there's all my quark. And then to this, it makes a great noise, doesn't it? To this, we're going to add banana. Now, half of this banana is kind of manky, so we're only going to use the part that is not manky. That's 65 grams of banana right there. Now, what people like to do on Instagram is arrange it so it looks really pretty. I like to mash it in so all of it tastes great. If you want to look at bananas, you can do that on Instagram, but I'm going to eat this, so I'm going to mash it. So I need a fork. Spoon comes out. And we go mashy. So literally, it's a little bit like going to a 3-year-old's birthday party being in my kitchen. But this is so filling, super nutritious. You've got a lot of carbs coming from that banana. And of course, all the sweetness is coming from the banana too. So if you like a sweet one, then this is a tasty way to start the day or end the day or have in the middle of the day or have as a snack. So there we go. That's oh, I didn't think this through. That's peanut butter and quark and the other thing, banana. And then I've got chopped nuts. This is 10 grams of chopped nuts. Marvel at how little of it there is. But as we have discussed in previous episodes, lots of nutrition, really energy dense, but you do need to watch the portions when it comes to the nuts if you are interested in watching your calories, that kind of thing. And as a little cheek, and this is a chocolate sauce, which is reduced sugar. I'm only going to use 10 grams. Scale on, watch it go. It's nice because it drizzles. And then a handful of strawberries on top. Now, I know it looks like a 3-year-old made it. But I love it. It's so delicious. Peanut butter and chocolate and strawberry with quark, no oats, really filling. 20, how many grams of protein? I've forgotten already. Loads, I was adding up. 28 grams of protein from 260 calories. So you've got a really good protein return for a relatively low calorie breakfast, if that's all you're gonna have. Gluten-free. Oh, you know what? I should probably check. I don't know if it is. Well, I can't see any gluten in there, so I think it's fine. And not vegan. So if you wanted a vegan substitute, you would need to use a yogurt substitute, like the coconut ones or the soya ones, and that would bulk out that. But you need to bear in mind that that will reduce the protein significantly. Okay, well, this one's really easy. The porridge is going in with water. So 2 minutes, in you go. And then we're going to mix up the other ingredients. So I've got 12 grams of peanut butter powder and the recommended serving size of chocolate protein powder. And I'm just going to mix those up. You know what? With a little bit of coffee. Not too much, because what we're trying to do is make a paste which is then going to blend into the porridge, because of course the porridge has already got the liquid in to cook it. And what we're doing here, just adding a tiny bit of flavour and getting this so it's smooth, so what you don't get is lumps in your porridge. So hopefully this is going to be done by the time the microwave is finished. Yeah, that's right, I'm adding coffee. I don't think it's weird. Chocolate, coffee, peanut butter, whatever. Oh, hopefully you're better at stirring than me. Oh, I love the smell of chocolate and peanut butter. Such a great combination. Now, mixing these two things means that the protein content of this porridge is going to be exceptionally high. So we are looking at 275 calories, but 34 grams of protein. So, how about you take that crappy ass protein bar? Also, it's going to go further, fill you up. You've got a decent amount of carbohydrate coming from your oats as well. Lots of fibre, so you don't need to rely on artificial sweeteners to make you poop. So here it is, not looking particularly pretty. We're going to pour him on top. I actually think I've done a pretty great job like that. And then literally just stir it in. You don't really want to cook your protein powder into your porridge. It's good for things like overnight oats. But if you're going to add protein powder to porridge, do it afterwards rather than cooking it through. Obviously, if protein powder isn't your thing, don't bother with this recipe. Okay. Chocolate peanut butter. I think I'm just really in the mood for porridge today because that also tastes amazing. So if you have a protein powder at the back of your cupboard that is, you know, one of those ones that kind of tastes a bit like ass or is overwhelmingly artificially sweetened, if you add something like peanut butter or coffee, like instant coffee to it, then you'll find that that taste will then take over. And what you can do is you can actually use the protein powder that you were going to throw away or give to a friend who you don't like. So that when this has been microwaved, this isn't going to look pretty. Next porridge has a Black Forest theme. So we're working with a cherry compote, which came as the adjacent triangle in a corner yogurt. Many brands are available. And some dark chocolates. and I'm using original porridge, so there's no flavour in the porridge itself, but I've used the vanilla yoghurt from the Cherry Corner to make up the porridge. So it will be a vanilla flavoured porridge with cherry and chocolate. Oh my gosh, look how perfect it came out of the microwave. Right, so into here, we're going to sprinkle the chocolate. I've used 15 grams of dark chocolate. This is 81%, I believe. I like it really dark, and I love the contrast of bitter chocolate and sweet fruit. So that's where I'm going with this. There's our cherry, so that's going to go on top there. See what I mean about the corner yogurt now, yeah? Exciting. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, that chocolate, when it melts on top of porridge. Oh my gosh. It takes me to another place. And the place is Get in My Belly. So this is not really one for the protein lovers at this stage, but you can add a protein powder if you wanted to perk it up a bit in terms of protein, because right now this is pretty carb heavy. Now I'm going to stir because I love to watch the chocolate melt into the porridge. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, it's Black Forest heaven. Where is the Black Forest? Is it in Bavaria? I don't know. Don't distract me, this is so good. So for those super turbo carby moments, this is a good chocolatey one. Something for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? Fuck. Oh. Is there such a thing as a porridge restaurant? Because I could definitely open one right now. Oh.
Shall I leave you alone?
I'm just really painfully aware of the fact that that there's ones that are going to taste even better than this. Oh God, I'm so pleased with myself right now. Oh, okay, let's move on. If you're anything like me, you're a pumpkin spice whore when it comes to autumn. I love this flavour combination because it is everything that smells amazing about the coming months. So I've taken tinned pumpkin and I've mixed some of it with the porridge to cook it with the spices. And that's what makes it smell amazing. And then I'm going to add pumpkin seeds, of which you get very few for a portion. But let's face it, no one really likes the taste of pumpkin seeds. They're just there for fibre and a bit of nutrition. Am I right? And then maple syrup, because this is not very sweet as it is right now. And I know you're saying, hey Jo, why would you put pumpkin, which is a vegetable, into breakfast? And I say, because it's pumpkin spice, bitch. So here comes the maple syrup. I have budgeted 20 grams and we will see how far that goes. It's not terrible. That's going to stir in okay. Oh God, I love maple syrup. Now, if you don't want to use maple syrup, you can use a sweetener like erythritol, and that's going to have no impact on your glycemic index. I like maple syrup because the taste tastes really good with pumpkin, and also it looks really pretty. Erythritol doesn't look like that. So there you go, pumpkin spice porridge. The spices I've used are nutmeg, ginger, cinnamon, and a little bit of vanilla extract. It's a world first. Why am I so good at this? Oh, that tastes like that. Oh, Starbucks can bite me because that is the best pumpkin spice ever. Oh, I have no words for how much I've impressed myself with this recipe. That's amazing. So nutrition-wise, it's heavy on the carbs. I would add vanilla protein powder for more protein. But I don't like vanilla protein powder, which is why I haven't. That's a real winter warmer. That is delicious. What I tried to show to you today was that the creativity of a boring meal is limited only by your imagination. Like, just throw anything in a bowl and see what happens. Worst case scenario, give it to your kids. Would you rather have nuts or sweet in your porridge? That's my first question. I like to combine both because I want all the flavours all the time. The second thing I want you to think about is why we tend to pigeonhole certain foods into certain times of the day. Like, why do you think something is a breakfast food? Is it because you really believe that, or is it because a food manufacturer has given you that inclination? See you next time. 12. 14. You. How is there still 30 seconds? I feel like it's been in there forever.
Gonna run out of film.
See what you did there? You made an old time joke. What, you're not filming that though?